I'm doing it. Starting my process of YouTube. My name is Amir. I go by Vegas called Amir. That's the brand I created. That's basically known as like my identity now. Like that's what people know me for. So if you don't know, if you're here, which it's a fresh slate. So I'ma just act like no one know me. It's no name. We starting fresh. I'm Vegas called Amir. I'm a sports bettor, but I do it professionally. Like the consultant side. I'm a professional handicapper, and I like creative directing and doing other things, but I'm expanding myself and just learning behind the scenes. But I'm about to just show y'all the journey. But this video is just essentially off why I quit my job, dropped out of school, and just went for it for real. Just let God take the wheel. I only had $400 to my name, and I just didn't care. So this is around 2019. I was 22, probably just turned 22, like 5 months prior. So I started betting in general at 21. My mother took me to the casino on my 21st birthday. I loved it. She gave me $200, showed me how to play roulette. I made 200, gave her her 200 back, and that thrill was just fun. I felt free. I felt like I had control over my own finances off the decisions I made. And I feel like that gave me a different type of thrill because I always was like selling sneakers and doing different things. I started in high school just due to like, I worked at 16, it was cool. I bought sneakers, I worked for like 6 weeks. It felt like way more though, but I worked at like a law firm with my grandmother and I was miserable. I'm like, hell no. I gotta dress up every day. Like me, I like chilling. I like wearing sweats. I like keeping it simple. So the fact you making me dress up every day, I already ain't like that. That's for one. So that, and then I started selling sneakers. I got my Christmas money that year. I was a junior in high school. I was 16. I had moved to PA. I'm from New Jersey, but I moved to PA for a year, and that move just changed the way I view life. Like that's when I just seen, I don't want to say privilege, but I feel like it should be normal now, but where I come from, it's just a different culture. So me moving there, someone in my class had a Lamborghini. She was a junior, and I'm just like, what? Like everyone had cars, like that was normal. So where I'm from, like they driving at what? They sophomore year out in PA, but in New Jersey, seniors not driving. Like you get to wear whatever you want. So from there on out, I just really seen the world different. I started just trying to make money on my own. So I started selling my sneakers online and then buying new flips and different things like that. I was doing anything to get money online. So I started making money from 16 online. So, I got a lot of experience, but it was all different type of ventures. It was a bunch of random stuff. Nothing was ever consistent. Everything was always like fluctuant. So fast forward, I'm in school. Now, I graduated high school. I've been in college for years. I flunked out about 3 times, had to keep sending appeal letters. But honestly, people would say, oh, he don't work hard. Like if you would see me at a job, you would think I don't work hard. I do work hard. I just don't like working hard on things that my heart is not in and I'm not passionate about. And I'm very stubborn. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I always been like that. I got in trouble a lot as a kid for that, but that turns out to be one of my strongest qualities as an entrepreneur. So fast forward, I'm like, 22? This 2019. Mind you, I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, ShopRite, Cinemark, that's a movie theater, Jimmy John's. I was delivering, what was I delivering? Delivering sandwiches at Jimmy John's on a bike or by foot. I quit that job. It was raining, and I went in the bathroom. Like I was walking, it was raining so bad, and I was drenched. I walked in the bathroom, cleaned the toilet, put tissue on it, sat down, and I just looked down. I was drenched, and I'm like, this is my last day here. And I just never came back. Every job I quit, I never gave it 2 weeks. I just don't come back. But I either quit all my jobs. I either quit or I get suspended or fired for something. But for me, I would call out to go play basketball because I used to love playing basketball. So if I can't do the stuff I love to do, then how am I living? That's how I always thought. But most people be like, oh, but I don't live my life for money. God got me, and I work hard, and I feel like everything always gonna work out. But the key to that was definitely younger. I didn't have a lot of bills. Like I feel like kids are like rushing too much to get bills to like show the world that they're doing something. I always kept my expenses low. I had a paid off car when I worked at ShopRite, and I went to ShopRite. I locked in for like 2 months, got a car. Where like everyone at ShopRite didn't have a car still, and they've been working there for years. So it's just, I always seen like I was just different than my peers. But with me, I always just try to like gather them around, get them the info. If they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. One of my little bros, I told him, yo, why you keep buying sneakers? You don't even go nowhere. And things like that. So that helped him out. He started stacking his money. He ended up getting a car. So I seen I had leadership qualities probably since the second grade. But, you know, as I became an adult, it became more different. Like, all right, we really dealing with people's lives now. So I was always delicate with just giving people info. But now, 22, like I said, it's 2019. I'm working at, where was I working at? It's crazy because I was working at MetLife at the Meadowlands. I was working there. We was working 1 day a week at Giants games. The most we had work is 2 days a week. If the Giants play on a Sunday and the Jets play on a Monday, which was rare. Stuff like that. But that was my highest paying job. I got paid like $17 an hour. But it was 1 day a week. Then was my moves. But that was like, I want to say like that was a free will job. Like I felt free, but after it started getting cold, and I ain't gonna lie, I just never went back. Like I just quit. But around that time, I started sports betting, and I was winning parlays here and there. It wasn't too crazy, but like I seen like, yo, I like this. Like I know sports. I played sports my whole life. Why can't I, make two parlay? All I'm trying. When I came into sports betting, all I wanted to do was make what I make at work, and it's like, all right, you replace work. If I make $700 a month working, or $1,000 a month, whatever, and I make that sports betting at home, doing whatever I want to do, what would you pick? So that was my mindset. Like I was younger. Like I said, I was 22. I was fresh in the game. I quit. I was betting for like 8 months already, so I already was into it. I already got a rhythm, but I wasn't up nothing yet. I was still real early in it, but I just quit. I ain't come back. It was cold. It was times I ain't had no money, and I'm like, yo, I might go back. I don't know, and then I don't know. Things always seem to just work out for me. Like no matter if it was like rocky or anything, but so I quit. I dropped out of school around that time. When? No, I dropped out in 2020, but I quit my job in 2019. I quit my job in 2019. I was still in school, so I started to focus on school. And then, mind you, I only had like $400 to my name, and I just quit. I didn't care. So I quit, and I'm like, all right, I was still betting like $20 parlays. So I'm like, all right, all I gotta do is, keep trying to hit a parlay, and I'll be good. So that was my first mindset when I quit. And then the pandemic came. I ended up having $0 at a point, and then the pandemic came. Mind you, I was about to graduate and get my associates. Well, I walked the stage, but I ain't get my degree. I still got 3 classes left, but I ended up failing my last classes because of the online. Like I really needed help. I ain't take math since like my sophomore year in high school, because I moved to PA and then I came back. So it was like, I don't know. Like I ain't take math in so long. So the fact that, I'm taking a higher level math and I don't remember shit, I felt like I really needed a tutor, and I was struggling with the online. Like I'm more of a like in-person learner when it comes to like school. Like if I really need help, I need to talk to a tutor every day. Like, but I would have did that, but the pandemic came and it just messed me up. Also, I ain't have a laptop. I ain't have a laptop either. So I I usually be at school, so I get to use the school computer. So the fact that I ain't have a laptop and now it was like, all right, you really put me in like a lose-lose situation. But I wasn't passionate about it anyway, so I ended up failing again. And after that, I'm just like, yo, I'm done. Like I'm done. I quit. But we in a pandemic, so like I said, I already been betting, and I just been showing my progress on my personal page and just posting that like in them like leading up to me dropping out and everything. Like just I feel like I left that part out. Like I was just betting, posting it on my page, and then people was like, yo, you know, like really interested, like, yo, put me on, send me a play, send me this. And then I start doing that. People was winning money. And then I ended up making the page Vegas Called Mir. So I started the page Vegas Called Mir. That was in when no, I'm lying. Nah. See, I've got my years messed up. That didn't happen yet. I was just posting online because I made the page in 2021. This was 2020. So I didn't even make a page yet, but I was posting my wins. Like I was winning good money. And I just kept posting and posting and posting and posting. And then eventually 2021 I made a page. But in that like leading up to that, I was just chilling, betting, really learning from my losses, doing all that. But the fact that the pandemic came, it shut sports down. So now you like, this your way of getting money. Now you can't get money. Now what? What you gonna do? So I didn't know what to do. Truth be told, like, I don't want to say I had a midlife crisis, but I didn't know what to do. The world was shut down. We didn't even know how long it was gonna last. So I just was chilling, like honestly. And then eventually, what I had Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I started reading that book. I came here where I'm at right now. I used to be over there, just sitting here every day, reading the book. That was my first book I read, like on my own, like out of school, like, and it just broke everything down to me. And that was kind of my mindset, like the difference between, working for money, the classes and everything, like him breaking everything down. It really got me a good understanding of life. And then you start really seeing, then I start looking at people's lives and, applying it to the book and like kind of like, I'm looking at people, not judging them, but I'm understanding, nah, that can't be me. It was never a judgmental aspect, but it was always that can't be me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and hey, I got unemployment, and while people was just shopping and splurging their money, when the sports came back, I was betting with my unemployment money. That's what I did with my money. So me betting with my unemployment money, I think my highest bet, I made my first big time bet. I bet 1,900 on the Bruins. I won. It was a hockey play, and I won. Like my first big bet, I won. And then I went back the next day. I bet 1,000 again. I won. I came back the next day, bet 1,000 again. I won. But it was this lady. I'm gonna put it up here actually too. She was putting hearts on my tickets. Like I got pictures in my phone. She was putting hearts on my tickets. It was an older lady. Like she just was good energy. And I'm like, yo, I'm going here at the same time. I'm going to her. And I won like I think 3 or 4 days in a row. Then I ended up losing, but that was that first time I'm like, oh snap, like you could really make money. Mind you, the pandemic was when I first started seeing real money. I never seen no real money. I never had nothing. So you talking about we was making like what, $800, $900 a week. Yeah, around there, maybe 1,000, like something like that. Like it went from you having $0 to you having this. So knowing that, I think the first check I got from the government was around like $4,000 or $5,000. I went and got a laptop. Like I got my essentials. Like while people just, I noticed everyone was just splurging their money. Like I was spending it recklessly too, but it was betting, and I was winning and losing, but I was learning. Like my whole thing was learning. Like around that time, that's when I learned that it's people who sell plays, like, and they get paid for it. And I'm like, I'm gonna just post my wins, and maybe, maybe I could do that one day. Like I had no plans on it. Like, but when people start actually like showing interest in it, I start thinking like, yo, maybe this could be my business. And it sound crazy. Like when I told people, they like, what? A what? A what? A what? Nah, why would they pay you to guess? Like, really? And then at that time, I'm like, it was tough because now the pandemic, stuff opening up, and my parents like, what you about to do? Like, I'm in my parents' basement at the time, and they like, what you about to do? You either going to school, or they like, I put money into your school and you're not graduating. You tripping, you're not dropping out. They telling me you're not dropping out. And then at that time, I rebelled against them. Like, because I feel like every time I know what I want, someone come in here and tell me what I'm not doing, and I do it their way, and I feel brutal. Mainly my parents, like, they ain't know nothing. Like, in them aspects, they don't know what that lane is. It was something new. This one, sports betting, wasn't even popular yet. It was always there, but no one knew what FanDuel was and none of that. And just, I remember like vividly, I'm saying like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they like, no, you're not. But I remember a time where I used to be very good at 2K, and the IRL, I used to play basketball, so I start streaming. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna bring the IRL aspect in. And my mother told me, not my father, but my mother told me, streamers don't make money. What are you talking about? You can't get paid for playing the game. Oh, that, you know what type of percentage that is? I'm a 1%er, and I always knew that. So when people telling me only 1% could do this, I'm in that 1%. Just because other people can't don't mean I can't. I'm different, and I always knew I was different. So around that time, it was like, yo, me and my mother used to be arguing every day, because it's like, bro, I'm saying how I feel. I don't care what y'all say no more. Like, sometimes I was disrespectful, and as I mature, I apologize for that. But when you dealing with your life and you got people I know so many people who they follow what their parents want them to do, and the world changed, and now that shit don't even work. People who got degrees and they can't even use their degrees. I seen that early, and then reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, I just understood a lot of things, and I'm like, no, y'all not telling me nothing no more, bro. The most money I seen in my life was always when I'm selling something, or I'm doing it. When I got control, fuck that. Mind you, I worked at all these dead-end jobs, Marshall's, Dunkin' Donuts. I got like ShopRite, Cinemark, what else? Jimmy John's, a bunch of nothing. Like a bunch of jobs that is like, respectfully, I could buy my own franchise at this point in life. Like, but you just understand, you just like, no, I'm not going back to school, bro. I keep failing. Why y'all keep setting me up for failure? If I'm not good at it, or I'm not applying myself, why am I going to keep doing it? And it's like, oh, then you're going to have to work a job. And I'm like, I'm not doing that either. I got fired 5 times in my life. That shit feels scary. The last time I got fired was at, what was that? At Dunkin' Donuts. Fucking Dunkin' Donuts. They're going to fire me. Mind you, they changed management, and then it used to be like neutral like gender, I feel. And then they changed it, and bro, they fired the black girl, and then they start cutting my hours. Fuck hours. They was cutting my days. I went from working 4 days a week to 3 to 2 to 1 for 4 hours. And they making me open the store. I gotta get up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. and shit. I'm like, bro, y'all crazy. But I always quit, and my mother used to be getting mad. And I'm like, I'ma just stay, bro. I told my mother, I said, I've been here before. Like, people, they be on the bullshit. You could tell when you about to get fired. They walk you down. So I'm like, yo, they cut my hours. What should I do? She like, just keep going. Before you know it, he sent me a text, don't come back. I be so, like with me, when it's negativity, I just delete it out my phone. So mind you, I'm known for quitting. So I tell my mother, I'm like, they fired me. She like, hey, dang, you quit again, this, that, and the third. She ain't believe me. And I'm like, yo, they really fired me. She like, show me the text. I deleted the shit. So now we arguing and shit. Mind you, she go there every day. She was faithful. So she go there. Why they lie to her and tell her that I quit? Like, cause they really ain't have a reason to fire me. I was doing my job actually. Like, it was cool. Like, they fired me and told her that I quit because they had no reason to fire me. And now I'm getting more older and I know more knowledge. I could have sued them, but it's a lot of times that I just ain't know things. So you only know what you know. So make sure you educate yourself. But so that happened, and that was my last time getting fired. I'm like, man, what if I needed this money? You know? Like, me, I always was fine being broke if I don't got it. Like, I'll find a way, bro. I'll sell my sneakers. I'll do something to survive. You feel what I'm saying? And it was just crazy. That was a tough time for me because it was a transition. Like, of just, like I was rebelling, but it was like I wasn't sure yet. But then eventually I'm just like, yo, this what I'm doing. And I set the boundaries of this what I'm doing. And it was like my father, like I then they got kicked. They like, yo, you doing, well, my mother, I don't want to see my father, but my father ended up telling me I got to pay rent now. Mind you, I don't got that much money. And now you trying to charge me rent. Like, I feel like they was doing that on purpose to make me get a job. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go make this money. I start getting confident in myself and stop thinking, damn, but I don't got this, I don't have that. No, I'm gonna go make it. My whole mindset changed after simply reading a book. So now I'm so confident. I'm like, man, I just making thousands doing this. Mind you, at the end of the pandemic, I was broke again. But that's besides the point. I was broke because I didn't know how to manage money yet. But I was still developing the sports betting thing. So by the end of the pandemic, I was good already. So I started the page. It was like 2021. I started the page. I didn't really take it serious yet, but I was posting and people was interested. So I started a page. I called it Vegas Called Mid because I'm like, I learned sports is really rigged. Like, it's a business more than, and it's way harder nowadays than it used to be before, but it's a business more than anything. And I start learning trends and reading lines and seeing traps. Like, I start learning that aspect where most people, they in there having fun. Oh, LeBron gonna get 25. Oh, this person gonna get this, he averaged this. Oh, this person gonna get that. That's not how you sports bet. And I learned that early, and I had an edge over most people, and that's why I was winning more than most people. So I learned how to manage throughout where the pandemic, where we were still getting the unemployment money, to where, like, all right, if I lose, I know I'm getting more money next week. Like, I had that type of mentality, which was definitely, it helped me because look where I'm at now. Like, but then I was so unsure of life and anything, and it's just, once I got confident in myself, it just said, bro, I'm doing this. And stuck up to my parents. I got kicked out at a point for just, like I said, I was rebelling, we was arguing and stuff. I was disrespectful at times. It wasn't cool, but this is my life. Like, when people got your life in their hands and just remembering the thing that happened before, when I was playing a game and I actually was streaming. Look where streaming's at now. Like, I was doing this. This was a long time ago. So to see that, like, the first person was Pretty Boy Fredo, who really started taking them leaps. And then everyone was following at them. He was setting a blueprint, and I was following the blueprint. But it was like, You don't make money in the beginning of nothing you do. So it's like when people don't see money or progression or they don't know the vision, they just no. Then oh yeah, I end up working at 7-Eleven. Then I got fired there. But I could have been streaming that whole time, but knowing like where streamers took it, like these times, like Agent Zero, like you see Agent, all of them, bro, like Phantom, like bro, they was playing 2K. These they 2K days, and it's like they was on a 100K grind around this time. So it's like, look where they at now, like. So you understand, you like, bro, I'm not listening to nobody. If I'm a fail, I'm going out on my own shield, and that's what I did. So I ain't go back to work since. No money, nothing. I just took a leap of faith and I bet on my damn self. And most people, they be scared to do that, and they be like, but it's someone above you that know like your intentions is pure, but you have to work. I work hard. I put in the hours. That's the difference. Most people, they quit and they don't know what to do. You gotta lock in. Whatever your passion is, lock in on that. Put yourself out there to be judged. You know how many people, oh, you charging for your plays, oh, he doing it for money, oh, he doing, shut up. I don't care what nobody think. They say that, but it's like I won people more money than they ever touched in their life on their own. They got that from betting with me. So I'm knowing, come on, man. It's people who be betting rent money, winning, paying their rent off sports betting. So it's like I don't want to hear nothing. But no one say nothing really now unless you just a new person and you ignorant. But back in the day, you know, everyone had their opinions and everybody looking is like, oh, yo, you betting? Oh, what you do? You know, when you telling people that everybody putting their nose up, and then it's like, I had a chip on my shoulder. Like, I really had something to prove. Like, I don't have nothing to prove no more. I proved to myself, and I proved to a lot of people that it's like, yo, I'm here. I do this. I'm not no average Joe. I proved that to myself, and that's all I needed to do, prove it to myself. I did that. I bet on myself. Started something. I created a whole brand based out of my basement in New Jersey, based around Las Vegas, like themed around, not based. I'm based out of New Jersey. Not for long though. Y'all gonna see that journey soon. But I'm based out of New Jersey, and I created a whole world in my head that exists to where bet on yourself, believe in yourself. Bro, if you believe in yourself, you don't need a job. And that's not me saying quit your job and go chase your dreams. Bro, structure your shit up if you can. But the situation I was in ended up working for me. Different strokes for different folks. But I could have easily been a bum doing what I did. Easily. No job, no security. No, you know, I didn't even know Vegas called Mirror brand yet. I was just trying to bet, and I just ain't care no more, man. Like, I didn't. It's just like, what else is there? What else I'm gonna do? Go be miserable? I'll be miserable working. Literally, you gotta wake up when they want you to wake up. Go work, clock in when they want you to clock in. If you hungry, you can't go get nothing to eat because you gotta wait for them. Oh, you gotta wait for somebody to relieve you. I don't gotta do nothing. I wake up when I want. I do what I want when I want. And that's how the rest of my life gonna go. And can't nobody tell me otherwise. I feel like most people are insecure because they don't feel like they have that ability in themselves. So they start, you know, dishing that onto you. Don't dish that onto me. You can't, because like I showed people it's possible. And I got one person that actually quit his job and he's doing pretty well, but he worked hard. If you're going to bet on yourself and quit your job, you have to know, you got to have a little plan, like right now, if you wanted to. Plan it out. Me, I wouldn't suggest it now. Like, the economy is crazy, and we know we're getting older. But if you younger and you don't have, like, you able to live with your parents still, and you don't have rent and stuff, bro, bet on yourself, man. That's the best time to do it. That's why don't rush bills. I didn't have no crazy bills, so it was like I was just broke, sitting there just. But I can do that. I was sitting there for a few years, building,